guys, it's been a while since my last video. I took a break. This week I wanted to talk about my peeves in the voice acting community based on my own voice acting experiences. These peeves mostly involve people making assumptions about voice actors, assuming what I can do before asking me what I'm capable of doing with my voice. It's really annoying, and I can't count how many times I've encountered this problem in my entire career. First thing is, I wrote this down, so I'm going to be looking up and down. The first thing is when people ask me to voice at the drop of a hat. First of all, I don't like to voice at the drop of a hat. Like, if I'm just walking down the street and you ask me to voice a character or something, I'm not going to do it. You need to take into consideration that some people might not be comfortable doing that. Just because I'm a voice actor doesn't mean that I'm going to be making random voices 24/7. You just can't assume that. It's rude. I was having trouble explaining that, so I have to redo that part of the video. Basically, what I meant was that just look at it as a voice actor's job. You know, like, you wouldn't ask someone with an ordinary job to just stop what they're doing and perform like their actual job. Let's say the person is a nurse or something. You wouldn't stop them on their day off and ask them, oh, can you like show me what you do at work? It's the same thing as if you're asking a voice actor to voice something out of the middle of nowhere. I've noticed that most people who aren't voice actors, they're standing from the outside. They don't look at it as that person's job, a 9-to-5 job basically. They think that voice actors can voice whenever 24/7, and that's not the case. When you go up to one and you're asking them to like voice your favorite character at the drop of the hat, you're basically asking them on their day off. If they're not in the studio or near a microphone recording, then they're not clocked in, they're not in their work hours, it's their day off, okay? Let's say you work at McDonald's or something. You wouldn't want someone to ask you to work on your day off. You want to ask them to, like, what do you do at work? Show me what you do at work. Show me over here at the stove what you do, or at the, you know, you wouldn't, it's just the same thing. Just keep that in mind. Like, if you see a voice actor just walking out, and I don't mean like at a convention. Sometimes they will do it at the convention. If you're like out and about, just leave them alone. Like, you could like go up and talk to them, but don't ask them to do a voice. I mean, some of them are okay with it, some of them aren't. I'm personally not okay, and I'm about to tell you why in a second. Even though I do act, I still have a slight stage fright. Yeah, it's not going to happen with me, okay? Oh God. Yeah, so this other one is when people assume a voice actor can voice anything. Female voice actors are known to do a boy's voice easier than a guy because our voices are higher pitched, like naturally. But just because of that fact doesn't mean that every female voice actor has that ability to make a little boy's voice. It's just me. I'm so bad at making a boy's voice. I'm sure I have the pitch for it, but I don't have the talent for it. You can't assume a voice actor can do every voice on the planet. It's just rude. I have run into this problem so many times. Like, I can't count how many times someone has asked me to do a boy's voice. Not even asked me if I have the ability to do it, but just saying, hey, I need a boy's voice, do this for me. I am serious. This is a true story. This has happened to me so many times, and it makes me so mad. I do know of someone who does boy voices really well, and her name is Daisy Guevara. We used to do stand-ups together a lot, and she's really talented at it, and she's talented at doing other kinds of voices too. So just to plug into her, if you need a boy's voice, go to her. I can't do it, okay? Leave me alone. Oh my God, okay. This number 3 on this list, when people ask you to do a million things as if you're a miracle worker. I can't believe how high people put us up on, I don't want to call it a pedestal, but they assume that we can do everything. Like, not just voice acting and voices. They assume that we can do like the scripting, translation, editing. I'm like, no, my only job is to record a voice and to do that voice, and that's it. I don't do every single thing that you, the director and producer and whoever, the writer, is supposed to do. I'm not going to do it for you. One good example is when the number of times I've had to count words on Fiverr. I was charging my voiceovers based on how long a script was. So I would be priced by like so many words. And I can't count how many times I've had to like use a word counter on these scripts. I had to put a script, like copy paste the entire, like my lines that they wanted me to do and put them through a word counter because they didn't do it. I'm not supposed to do that. That's their job. When they ask me, oh, can you do this? I'm like, okay, how long? Okay, how many words is it? How long is it? And they're like, I don't know. So I had to do the background work and count these words on the word counter. And it just took time away from me actually doing the actual work, which was recording. And, you know, I'm supposed to be doing the voices for you within the little amount of time that you want me to do. And that doesn't include doing all the extra crap that you're supposed to do. Don't go to me. The only thing you should be going to me for is voice acting, and that's it. I should only be recording your project, okay? I need some water. The next one. When a project doesn't have a deadline. If there's no deadline, I am more likely to procrastinate. I have to redo this part too. What I was trying to say is that if a project doesn't have a deadline, I am most likely to procrastinate on that because I feel like I have all the time in the world to do this project. I could have like other projects ahead of it that I need a voice for. If those do have deadlines on them, I will be most likely working on those first, just because a deadline for me is like a motivation pusher. It really motivates me to work on the voiceover and get things done. Directors, producers, you don't want to keep them waiting. They put a deadline on because they're in a hurry to get the thing done. Like they need the voices ASAP. Meeting a deadline basically makes you look good. It gives you a good reputation. If you just don't make the deadline, then you could build a reputation for getting lines in late or just taking forever to do your line. That's why I love deadlines. I adore deadlines. It's just a huge peeve if there isn't a deadline, and that's why. Back to the actual video. Oh my god. When the directors or whoever make the voice actors redo their work just because the audience doesn't like it, it ticks me off so much. If it goes the way the directors, producers, and creators want it to go, then that should be the only thing that matters. If the audience doesn't like it, the project isn't for them. Like whether it be a video game, a movie, or whatever, they're either gonna have to live with it or not support the project at all. Don't make your actors go through re-recording an entire dialogue and monologue just to please the fan base. That's unprofessional. It takes up too much time, and if money's involved, then you're wasting a bunch of money, and you're going to have to pay the voice actors all over again, like more money, and it's just a huge hassle. But if a director doesn't like a certain way a voice actor sounds and they tell them to like do another take in a different way, that's different. That's directing. And last but not least, when people ask me to voice Minnie Mouse for their birthday parties, I used to voice act Minnie Mouse in fan dubs sometimes, and I've done a radio commercial doing Minnie Mouse's voice in the past. And since then, I've had like 2 or 3 people ask me to voice Minnie Mouse for their kid's birthday party. They wanted me to like call them as if Minnie Mouse was calling this kid to wish them happy birthday. That annoys me because I'm a voice actor. I'm not a cast character. This is what people get confused, and I had to explain to them what they're looking for. What they're asking of me is what they would ask for like a cast member. That's not what I do. I'm not like an online cast member or something. So people will email me through my website asking me to do this for their kid. I'm like, I had to explain to them, I'm a voice actor, and what you're looking for is a cast member. If you Google it, you could probably find a local cast member in your area or town or whatever. They'll do it for you. I'm not going to give away my personal phone number to call. They would give me their personal, like their home phone number, like, oh, can you call us and call my daughter or blah, 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 and as Minnie Mouse and wish them happy birthday. And they would say, oh, I'll pay you, or how much do you charge? And I'm like, no, I don't do that. That's not voice acting. That's just being a cast member. Yeah, so anyway, enough about that. I really thought I had more. I'm sure I do, and I don't remember them. This video has gone on long enough anyway. We'll end this video and hopefully do more videos like I plan to do throughout the week, and I will talk to you guys later in the next video. Bye!